the keys to becoming the best. Skill is important, knowledge is important, but the most important thing is your values. If you want to be the absolute best, you must have the best values. Values beat knowledge. Knowledge beats skills. Skills beat values. But it all starts from the values. The values reign supreme. To become the best, you have to believe you can achieve it. You have to believe it's possible. The mindset you should have going into every game is that you're going to win. If you doubt victory, you've already lost. You must believe you're going to win every game. That's the mindset you must have to be the best. To be the best, you must believe it. Believe it every game. The second you let doubt seep in, you've been compromised, and it's only a matter of time before you lose. Always believe you can win. The next question is, how are you going to win? Not if, but how. That should be your mindset, is how you're going to win, how you're going to become victorious. So believe you're going to win always, and ask yourself how, and you have to want to win. You have to be focused, precise. Your goal has to zero in on winning every game. It is also important to practice against AI on easy mode. Why practice against AI and not other players? Well, practicing against AI trains your brain psychologically to not view the opponent as intimidating. So when you go into a game, you're at ease, right? So you're building the repetition. You're training yourself. You're training your mind to be sharp, precise. So practice against AI in easy mode. You're just there to get the reps and train your brain that your opponent is no challenge. It's not about you're not doing it for any practice or resistance. You're just like getting in the flow state. You're sharpening your mind. Your mind's going to be the most important tool when you go to play. And that's and when you train that you can win and that your opponent is no challenge. And the more you do this, you'll feel no pressure when you play. You'll just play. You'll just be at ease. Also, you got to know what kind of player you are. Are you a player that relies on skill? Are you a player that relies on knowledge and information? Or are you a player that relies on values? Each player dominates any of those categories. Know who you are. Know yourself. To know yourself is to know which category you lie in and perfect your skills in it. If you rely on information, get good at handling information, manipulating information, changing information, generating information, master information. If you rely on skill to win, perfect your skills, work hard, practice. If you rely on values, if values are your dominant strength, then practice them, hone those skills. Also, the thing about winning every game, right? And how, right? Anything is possible. If you believe you're going to lose, you're going to lose. If you believe you're going to win, you're going to win. It all comes down to what you believe and then working towards it. It's not about, you don't need to be good at everything. You just need to focus on the one thing you're good at and perfect it. And that's how you're going to win every game. And that's the mindset you should have. Don't have doubt. Some players are going to have more skill than you. Some players are going to have more knowledge than you. Some players are going to have better values than you. So you beat those players where you're strong. If a player is more skilled than you, but you know more information, make it an information game, not a skill game. Since their skills exceed yours, if they turn it into a skill game, you will lose. You don't have the skill. Know that. Know your opponent. Know yourself. If it's a values game, if they have superior values to you and they turn it into a values game, you will lose. If you rely on values, the game becomes about values. If you rely on skill, the game becomes about skill. And if you rely on information, the game becomes about information. Building the reps is important. Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the more seamless and effortless your performance will be. Train yourself to perform at an elite level. Just train, practice, train until it becomes like breathing, until it becomes second nature. So, if you're an information-based player, practice your information game. Practice it. Also, put in the reps. Actually, play the games against the AI, as I said. Maybe beat the AI 100 times. Maybe beat the AI 1,000 times. There's never too much practice. The more you practice, the more instilled your skills will be. So practice 1,000 times, perhaps. Practice maybe even 10,000 times. And you'll be nearly unbeatable. You'll dominate the competition. You can't beat your opponents at their own game. Players with greater skill will always have greater skill. Players with greater values will always have greater values. The key is to hone your own skills. The key is to dominate the game, transform the game into the game you want. You make your opponent play by your rules. You don't play by their rules. If you play by your opponent's rules, you've lost. If your opponent plays by your rules, you've won. Know when to engage. Know when to disengage. Don't take too much risks. Play it safe. Make smart decisions. Build positive loops. Build positive feedback loops. The more positive feedback loops you build, the greater you will become. Avoid negative feedback loops. The positive feedback loops will help you rise to the top. And just build it and build it and build it and build it. The more you build it, you actually have to put in the work. So build those positive feedback loops. Build those loops. And avoid the negative feedback loops. Become in tune with yourself. Information beats talent. Talent beats values. Values beat information. control the pace of the game, transform the game into the game you want it to be, force your opponent to play into your hand. Also, the thing about Sergeant Forge is even though the leader is simple, the leader is perfect at illusions because it trains other players to expect the predictable. The predictable can become illusion because you can tweak something so tiny, it will look the same. Forge is the leader of information.